subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Ala La Bandera. Yo, I get so excited. I be so hyped to talk to y'all, do these lives. So I know the vibes on the channel is amazing. Y'all are amazing. The true energy of the real ones, the supporters. Yo, shout out to the members of the channel. Shout out to all of you who have shared your energy exchange via Cash App. You are appreciated, love, and may your donation be returned to you infinite fold, beloved. Okay? Yes. Y'all been coming through with the come throughs. Let me get the vibes here. Yo, so the moon is in Aquarius and in the first quarter phase, right? And we know that the first quarters speak to challenges that attest your commitment and the confidence you have to go towards what it is that you're committed to do. Now, where it's at right now, the moon, and I pick up more on the energy of the moon because I can assist the collective in breaking through or understanding certain emotions attached to memories, and that's what the moon represents. So, the moon right now is in the sign of Aquarius at 3 degrees. Now, 3 would be connected to Gemini, right? And Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is your perception and relation with the external. So, Aquarius now, okay, ruled by Saturn originally and then Uranus. It carries both responsibilities and rules for the growth of your consciousness, Saturn, and new levels of understanding and insights through adversity, Uranus. Welcome everyone. Welcome Pantera Soul Fam member Sigma. Shout out to those of you in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ashe y'all. So, with this moon in Aquarius at 3 degrees, the question I have for the collective that is coming through this message and where you are now, the influence and what is actually happening in your environment. If you had free reign to follow your inner soul, what would you do with that? I mean, you do, but the knowing, not just the belief that you do, but the knowing, okay, that you are given free reign to follow your inner soul, what would you do? Now, some of you would say you would do this, you would do that, you would do this, and you would do that. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. Okay? You know we about to pull these messages in these cards, and these cards is going to show me exactly what you would do with that type of energy. Now, take what resonates and leave the rest. You get me? But at the same time, if you know this, if there's something that comes up, right? And it triggers you, it makes you feel some type of way on some, nah, that ain't me. Okay. Listen to it again. Because honestly, the way this conversation right now is about to go is as if I'm talking to somebody face to face. The energy right now I mean, it's usually the way it is with the lives, yeah. But let's think about it. Let's say, because you'll have a person that's ready and willing to accept a truth, and then you have another who's somewhat, and that somewhat energy would negate very quickly what the truth is, and they know deep down inside that's really the fucking truth. That's really where I'm at. I just didn't want to hear it from you. It's the truth, but you just didn't want to hear it where you heard it from, and that's okay. That's okay. It may be a situation where it's possibly a message that we're actually breaking it down here, giving you the confirmation, and then really helping you to understand it, you know, so that way it's not just viewed as who said it and the way they said it. I'm just a messenger, okay? But that's the energy I'm picking up on. Something was said. It may not have been recently. It could have been something that was told to you when you was 5 years old. But now there's an overstanding as to what was said. Not who said it and the way they said it, but what was said. Because there's a lot that can be expressed to a person, but because of the way it's stated and who is saying it, changes the entire message. It makes it completely different. Okay? So, let me take a sip of this hibiscus soursop and clove tea. 6:06 on the clock. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up energy button so this message gets out to your fellow gods and goddesses, emperor, empresses, kings, kings. Okay, kings of kings. Okay. Queens, empresses. We said that already. Empresses is very significant too. Okay. Wow. So, kings of kings, there's something here about the masculine actually developing the energy of what it means to connect to the divine feminine, first within themselves and then externally. So, now meeting up with an empress. Okay. So, this message can get out to your mystics, oracle seers, fellow warriors, all that amazingness. Okay. There are 3 birds on that light post. 3 little birds. Everything's going to be more than okay. There's a Sabian symbol that looks exactly the way these birds are standing there on that flag post. Let me see. Sabian symbols be showing up in real life over here. Let me see who that is. Birds. Let me see. Is one of a young girl feeding birds, 2 love birds sitting on sitting on a what? Birds in the house singing. Let me see. Birds in the house singing happily. Sacred 7. Let's see. What is this one? Because that's what it reminded me of. There's one of, oh shit. It would be that one. Wow. Wow. Capricorn 8. That's wild. So that's connected to 7 degrees, 8 degrees, but more so 7 degrees because you go 1 degree up. We go 1 number up to look at the Sabian symbol, Capricorn 8. Happy acceptance of limits. Happy acceptance of limits. So that could be one thing that you would do with it. Yeah, for real, 3-degree moon. Yes. Okay. Shit. Yeah. And it's Aquarius. Although Aquarius is connected to large birds, but it's still a bird. So, yep. Shout out to Sigma for that one. Yeah, you peep that. Okay. We got here the full enjoyment of a happy life is hardly available to people who feel frustrated and thwarted by strong boundaries that limit personal freedom. You see this shit? Y'all look up Sabian symbol Capricorn 8 and you can read along. It's called Happy Acceptance of Limitations. The earth plane is defined by its limitations, and those who accept and enjoy coping with this fact are the happy ones. This, you know what? By this point, ain't none of it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Why all them dogs going off right now? Okay. So, Capricorn 8, we back. It says here, the full enjoyment of a happy life is hardly available to people who feel frustrated and thwarted by the strong boundaries that limit personal freedom. It is assessed only by those who have come to terms with the scope of realistic possibility and willingly accept the conditions of constraint that life on earth implies. That it implies. Okay. Simply because we inhabit physical bound bodies in a limited plane of existence, we must curb our passions and desires. When we do, only when we do, we'll be able to know lasting joy. Because when you do, you'll be granted access to be a conduit of cosmic connection in that body. 6:11 on the clock, 10:11 a day, a whole nother portal as well. So, this is fun. Make sure whatever you do in life, collective, before you get started, that you feel effortless joy and a true desire and passion to do what it is that you're about to do. That energy is very strong right now for each and every one of you, myself included, and the collective. Because there's a lot that's coming to the surface, right? That could easily put one in this state of being aggravated. I mean, extremely aggravated. But I was listening to something earlier, and she mentioned when one is in this state of rage or anger or feeling aggravated or frustrated, those emotions usually last for 90 seconds. And it resonated very deeply because after that, it's literally a choice of one's thoughts and feelings to keep that energy going. And then she continued to say, if it goes on after that, it has to do with the story around it. So if that energy continues on longer than that, it's because you're surrounded by something that's literally influencing that vibration within you. And an example of that will be the following. You feel this, let's say you get frustrated about a situation, angry, irritated about a situation, and you're around it. That energy can last a little bit longer. Now, when you're in a sacred space and that experience comes up, you can feel the same way you felt while you were in that experience, but it's not going to last that long. That feeling is not going to last that long because that story is no longer around you. Can your emotions still be connected to that memory, which will bring up a similar emotion as if you were still there? Absolutely. Would it last as long? No. This is why it's important to be mindful as to what it is that you are surrounding yourself with, especially in the position of going through a massive transformation. Because the closer we get to the 3rd of November, Mars and Pluto will be in a direct opposition. Mars in Cancer at 29 degrees, Pluto in Capricorn at 29 degrees, which is called the anoretic degree, but also a moment of a crisis where you have everything available to you to make a change, and whatever has to come up for you to change, it will. It has to. Whether if it's for better or worse, that is up to the individual. Because one can take it too far, going in a direction of making it worse, or going too far where you feel as though, see, it sounds the same. So one can go too far in making the situation better that it can actually be worse. So there's a very strong paradoxical energy going on right now. As I'm saying this, I can feel it. But we got the moon in Aquarius at 3 degrees, and then we are in the Saturn hour. We were when we started. Let me see. Yeah, we were when we started. It just went into Jupiter hour 12 minutes ago. But Saturn is in Pisces right now at 13 degrees, which is a Scorpio. No, it's actually an Aries degrees. 13 is an Aries degree. So going back over again through Aries to Pisces, it'll bring Aries to number 13. So 13 is also connected to transformation. So there goes that Kings of Kings energy, and the Empress being mentioned twice in saying and expressing gratitude to all of you at that moment. Okay, expressing gratitude towards the situation, just as those three birds just mentioned or guided us towards Capricorn 8 Sabian symbol, that when you accept limitations, or another representation of that, or what would be symbolic of limitations or restrictions, is Saturn. So when you accept the challenges is when you'll be able to now, be open and receptive to being a conduit of cosmic connection. Because if your vessel is not ready and prepared for that type of consciousness or communication from the cosmos, it's not the best feeling at all. Okay. Can one get themselves out of it? Yeah, it's simple. It may not seem so, but it is. All you have to do is accept whatever restrictions were applied in whatever situation, because that same restriction is also connected to your strength. Very similar to your power being on the other side of fear. All right. So let's see where you're at. The year of the dragon, welcome to this here portal, as I was born the year of the dragon. So I get it. Yes. You wanna know why? Because the dragon don't take no shit. So if one has been taking shit for themselves or others, all that's gonna come up, so that way, you know what I'm saying, we can get the move on and get to where one really got to be. You feel me? So welcome. Welcome. And an earth dragon, to be precise. This year is the wood dragon. So let's see, y'all. Okay. Let's take a lookity look. All right. Where are you now? Remember, the question was, more so, question statement. Knowing you have free reign, all right, of following the inner soul, what would you do? Because as far as Aquarius 3, that's what it's given. It's given free reign to follow the inner soul inside degrees. You encounter the vast infinity of worlds which await those who let go. Experimenting with the innovative, the utopian, the fantastic, you are able to spin out magnificently, investigating and exploring a consciousness that spreads itself far and free. No one thing more important than another. Everything blissfully equal. Possible futures. Let's pause right there. No one thing more important than the other. And this is why in this Pluto return of America, shit finna hit the fan because of the patriarchal system. And the patriarch is more so connected to, let's say, it could, However one would want to level this out. One is the foundation, one is the rooftop. As far as the patriarch and the matriarch, however one wants to put that in whatever order, that's up to you. But the moral of this is one is not more important than the other. You need both to make a home. You need both the foundation. You also require the rooftop. Yeah? Okay. So now, let's see where Juat's collective had this wild ass dream too. It was beautiful. Had a lot going on in it, but it was pretty dope. Where's the collective? Where is the collective right now? Where are, oh shit, here we go. Oh yes, I love to see it. Foundations and achievements. Okay. Oh, fuck. With memories of love, which came out in your environment as far as what is actually happening. That was the card that showed up in 4. What is actually happening? Now, foundations, as we just talked about foundations in a rooftop. Look at that. Come through, source. Work through these words, honey, okay? Assist me to deliver these messages. So, where you are right now, this has to do with the confirmation that what you've been building is now firmly established with a strong and solid foundation. Based off of that question statement, what would you do if you have free reign of connecting to the inner soul? I love the way this is starting. 6:22, 1 o'clock. Yes, yes, yes. You deserve this, and it's time for you to harvest the rewards for your efforts. What you sowed, you can now reap. Especially for the one who mentioned the year of the dragon has been wild for me. Wild is natural. Love that. Although the experience may not have seemed that way, but love that. What you sowed, you can now reap. Be open to receive as you worked hard and have given so much. Allow the universe to give a little back to you. For there has to be an even exchange of giving and receiving in order to prime the pump of gratitude and reinforce the law of attraction. This card also represents a period for celebration, peace, and prosperity. You're almost there is what I'm hearing Source say as I'm reading this. You're almost there. Don't give up now. It's darkest before dawn. Keep going. You're almost there. It may also imply a marriage or the buying of land or a new home. As you enjoy this time of relaxation that you so deserve, know that nothing remains stagnant and the winds of change are always at your door. And if anyone has anyone, or you are in Florida, you know, prayers absolutely to you all experiencing that storm. Okay. Okay. What is influencing this? What is influencing this? Wow. This heartache and loss with this 7 is spiritual. It's definitely something here where, of course, you may have felt alone. Some of you, that question of if you had free reign to connect to your inner soul, that's exactly what you did. That's why the question came out. And once again, what was stated after that was, having to do with, if there's something that's said that you may tell yourself, no, that's not me. This could be confirming or helping you to understand a message that was told to you by someone. What was important was the message, not who said it and the way they said it, the message. So it's evident that as far as foundations and achievements, there's been a lot of heartache and loss in building this here. Where you are now is receiving your just due for the heartache and loss you may have experienced in the past. But we'll look more into this to see exactly, where in the timeline this is. But we do have emotional withdrawal here at the bottom of the deck, which is a Saturn and Pisces card. Now, let me see something. Pisces 13, sentenced to limbo. You are suspended from active participation in evolving worlds. Hung high and dry and massively resigned, following out an ancient fate to the end. So, whatever this is has to do with the significant relationship that is having to do with the one-on-one presence with the heartache and loss. What is influencing where you are now and the way you're moving forward to build after being sentenced to limbo. Okay, so this would be a situation where you would want to assist somebody that you love dearly. What if this is a partner? Let me see, Libra. It could have to do with a lover, career, or family. Something that is definitely significant, but long term though. But is one-on-one. What I'm also getting from this really quickly, if you are somebody who wants to share your gifts with the collective, I'm seeing this being more prosperous one-on-one. Definitely get into your human design. Whoever you are right now, and this is resonating with, human design is going to be very beneficial for you. Hold on. Because it can also give you information. I'm also getting something in regards to the way one digests food. You'd be surprised how many things really do have an effect on the way you go through lessons of Saturn. Because Saturn also connects to the teeth or the bones, which would have to do with the way you break down what it is that you're consuming. So looking at the way what will be the best environment or conditions for you to digest food is very significant in this here. Okay. Suspended in limbo, unable to assist in the evolution of the worlds. So the message also coming in this world, but not of it. You've always known this, but you were connected to different people or worlds. These people were different worlds. There was so much you wanted to do in rebuilding, so that way you can set the path for achievements, that you experience more loss than actually assisting in that evolution. But there's something here that was designed for you to become clearer about yourself, so you can see who it is that you are to work with and in a type of setting or dynamic, if it's a group or if it's one-on-one. What is actually happening in the environment for you all here? Let me see. I'm going to place this here, but I'm going to get another card. This upright. I'm going to look at this in a minute. Hold on. What's actually happening in the environment? Because before I even got that out to pull the card, I was feeling that there was another message here, and it came out immediately. So there it goes. Environment. What is actually happening? What is actually happening? Wow. Recognition and reward. See that? You see it's just one person. You see these 4 triangles, or the peak of a situation, or rising, or something about the triangles. Okay, the three birds here. Okay. There's 4 pyramids in the back. What's actually happening in your environment. See, this is definitely a past energy. You can feel it. It's a past energy. Where you are now, yes, you're building. There it goes here for a new home. Definitely a new home. If it's not physical, as far as a physical home, a house, apartment, whatever, this is speaking to your body or your life force energy, because this is Aries, this is Capricorn over here, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles, Mars and Capricorn. So what's actually happening, what's developing, is the recognition you're going to be receiving for what it is that you are ambitious about, that's actually connected this time around to your foundations and achievements. You weren't being recognized by a certain person or partnership because those weren't the people for you, type of vibes. What's this? Stand your ground, a 7, 433 and a 7. Wow. Archangel Michael was definitely surrounding you. Your heart is the reason why the heartache and loss is so intense. It's because you literally had to have Archangel Michael, or someone who is a destroyer, a archetype, a spiritual archetype that can help you to sever cords. Archetype meaning, the basic patterns of whatever that energy is. Accepting a situation exactly as it is. Do you see how this is showing up on the screen as wings though? And one of Archangel Michael colors is blue. 37, March 7th could be of significance, which is the 9 of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces. You could have Jupiter and Pisces. Let me see something. Jupiter and Pisces. Jupiter is strong here because it endows you with the power to appeal to emotions, to the emotions. Work in which you deal directly with others, especially where there is a high level of feeling, will bring success. See? Okay. If you had free reign to connect to your inner soul, that literally is 6:33 on the clock right now. That would literally open you up to feeling somebody else's inner soul, especially those who don't have access to it. With Saturn over here, with this 3 of Swords vibes. And then stand your ground, Mars and Leo. It's a lot of warrior energy, but warrior energy, no buts. Warrior energy, taking risk on that. Taking a risk was taking this path. So now I'm speaking to, okay, your cosmic vibration before you stepped into this realm. You knew the risk before stepping into this here journey on earth to be this warrior. Not in the sense that you are physically fighting wars, but emotionally helping first yourself to break through by recognizing, that a lot of these wars don't have to be fought physically. Because the only reason why they're there is because of the lack of understanding of this physical vessel and connection to the spirit. That's the other thing that was coming through very strongly today. that the spiritual is spiraling quickly and becoming physical matter because of the essence of the 5D nature. So this is why also some of you could be seeing what we would say true colors of other people, even if they're not aware that this is happening, which is helping you being aware of the essence of your spirit to stand your ground. This is why where you are now has to do with building a solid foundation and achieving your goals. It's to the point where recognition and reward showing up as far as what is actually happening for you right now in your environment. There are people that are recognizing you and congratulating you, but you're not really able to accept it fully because there's still this energy, okay, of the past that you have to stand your ground with. Let's clarify. Let's go angels and ancestors first, all right? Let's do that. Let's go angels and ancestors first. Should we do angels and ancestors or should we do surrender? What y'all feeling? Let me know. Angels, ancestors, or surrender message? And whichever one y'all choose, I'll do the other one after. Angels and ancestors or surrender message? Which one? Hold up. Y'all let me know in the chat. All right, okay, I got you. So let's go with the angels and ancestors first. All right, here we go. Angels and ancestors. When it comes to this heartache and loss, and you are requesting of the lovely collective to stand their ground, what is the vibes? Here we go. Yeah, okay, you can hear me. Wow. Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Whew. With Father Sky. Trust in the unknown and the eagle. Embrace the oh shit. So embracing the energy of peace with this eagle here. Go through the storm but fly above it. Go through the storm but fly above it, so that way you can embrace the energy of peace. Okay, so you're being shown the storm, okay? Literally going directly through it so you can find a portal that is above it. Child. What's this energy card? The Thinking Woman, number 47. Okay. So the broken arrow. It has to do with direction. Don't go in what direction? I'm hearing that. Don't go in this direction. What direction? Don't go in which direction? Don't go in which direction? Let me see this. The King of Cups, Scorpio. Okay. Don't go backwards, because Pluto, right? Ruler of Scorpio is going direct. Well, it's already, stationed in direct. Wow. Okay, so while the moon was in Capricorn. So look at this, 5 of Cups here, Mars in Scorpio. Don't go in the direction of the heartache and loss, as if the story is still surrounding you. So if something there you go. If something from the past emotionally comes up again, okay, give yourself 90 seconds to feel through that, especially if you're not in that environment anymore or around other people. Either way, but especially if you're not around the people or environment where that occurred, give yourself 90 seconds and let it go. Go on a walk, dance, watch something funny, change the vibration. You have that choice. You have that option. You really do. And you'll see how that energy dissipates, as far as the aggravation or the sorrow and the pain and regrets. You're not here to regret anything in life. You did it, get over it, fuck it. You're here now. Who you are right now is what's important. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling sorry for others. And get on with it, my love, and move forward. Allow yourself to go through that storm. You have done that already, or some of you are in that process. Go through it so you can rise above it. Some of you stay in it so much because your fear of the unknown. The thing about fearing the unknown is already a paradox in itself, because why would you fear something that you feel you don't know? But the fact that you know that you don't know, that's a knowing in itself. So you do know. Let it be. And go towards what you do know and work with that. Because it's obviously a situation where somebody doesn't know what to say to someone, or there's a situation that's left on an unknown plane or unknown field. Let that be what it is. Know that there's certain things some of you are not going to be able to get an apology for. Or some of you, condolences, there's an apology you want to give to somebody that's no longer here. At least in the physical. You could do that spiritually. Yes, you can. But don't hold on to that anymore. Use that pain and turn it into your power. Teach about that, because with this 33, for some of you, well, a lot of this sorrow, pain, and regrets it's actually your story. That's actually your resources to luxury. But you're gonna have to be the alchemist and change that around. Feeling sorry for yourself is not gonna cut it, my love. And that could be the message that somebody in the past has told you about something, but being who it is and the way they said it, the message it didn't really register. As far as you may have wanted to hear it in this way, stop feeling sorry for yourself, my love. It's okay. But the person may have said it in a different way. But the words there are still the same. The spelling, the words are still the same. Because you can literally block out all of that. That's part of alchemy too, to block out who said it and the way they said it. To focus more on the message. That is a magical, that is power right there. That is magic. Magic doesn't have to be something that, you know what I'm saying? It's Disney Channel and all that. You breathing right now, that shit is magic. 6:44 on the clock. And there's something here about maturity because silver is very significant. Silver hair, white hair. Some of you have been carrying this wound because it's in your blood. Mars has to do with the blood, and then Leo is the child. But it's also creativity. Leo's also creativity. And speaking of this stand your ground energy here. Okay. Let me get a surrender message. Let's see. Child, if it's surrender unhealthy relationships, come on through here. Because I saw it. I saw it. Easy mind's eye. Let's see, loves. Here we go. More Leo energy. Surrender to your full power. Embrace the energy of peace so you can surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. And you know what post I saw today that I haven't seen in a while, and it's very significant, of the cat looking at its shadow and it's a lion. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen that, but that's yeah. That's confirming for me that the message that was supposed to be delivered today is being delivered. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo. Now they show me a big ass spider in the sense of being able to weave. Oh shit. Okay. Neath. The energy of Neath. The weaver. The energy of Neath is coming through here very strongly. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Tell you. Saw it in my mind's eye. Saw this image clear as day. 647. And the thinking woman is 47. Wow. Let's look at this. Let me see something. The thinking woman, female of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you express. This woman could be a kindred spirit, okay, who helps you express and understand your feelings. Or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in the new direction. This could be a new love interest with the woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or, similar to the thinking man, the card could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. That was the first card yesterday. And 4, where you are now, was the throat chakra. And what was happening in your environment yesterday was memories of love, which was at the bottom of the deck when we had this here first card come out, indicating where you are at now. So again, I highly suggest, if this is the first one you're watching, 1 through 5 will be very beneficial as far as bringing clarity to whatever situation you got going on right now, especially when it has to do with surrendering unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. That's the 3 of Swords energy right there. Okay? You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Remember that. Remember that. Okay? And then you got here, surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts, I'm telling you. Whatever this energy is that comes up, give yourself 90 seconds. But remember, something that the energy that keeps going within you that has to do with the feeling, you are choosing these channels, these levels of feelings. You are making that choice to feel that way. Especially if this has to do with being in an unhealthy relationship. You don't need more than one example of somebody dishonoring you or disrespecting you. Because once you have that conversation, disclosing where the dishonor or disrespect may have come into play, and let's say you decide to stay there, you shouldn't be having a second conversation. Because the fact that you had one and you're still there, there's obviously something within the person that is still going through a process of evolution to really get to know what love is, because love is not going to dishonor or disrespect you in no way, shape, or form. This is why I constantly mention a lot of people don't know what love is. People are learning or remembering what that is, but, you know. So, thank you, angels and ancestors. I'm going to put these to the side because I'm really being guided to do a Celtic spread here. So I'm going to do that. Put these over here to the side so I can have more room to do this spread here for you all. Let me see, baby. Hold up. All right, y'all. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. What's the current situation here? One more shuffle after this. We got the Four of Wands showing up, which is, again, foundations and achievements in love or new home, or celebrating a new offer or contract with the Justice card. 411, celebration of information, receiving new information. At the bottom of the deck, what we got? I love to see it. 9 of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces. So once again, Jupiter and Pisces is strong here because it endows you with the power to appeal to the emotions. Work in which you deal directly with others, especially where there is a high level of feeling, will bring success. This is especially true for those of you who enter the healing arts. Jupiter also accentuates imagination, wisdom, and high ideals. In general, you do your best work in fields in which you help humanity. Jupiter Pisceans are singled out for success in social or religious works, politics, and philanthropic organizations. Work that involves travel over waters brings other opportunities in your life. You also have depth, touch with animals, would make fine veterinarians, and many of you have lucrative businesses breeding horses, owning cattle ranches, and raising cats and dogs for show. Jupiter in Pisces usually grants you your secret ambition. What's the question of this entire message? If you had free reign to follow your inner soul, what would you do? And as we about to do this Celtic spread of the current situation, the challenge to it, the foundation, the immediate past, was at the forefront of your mind, what's happening next, the advice, what's in the environment, what to be mindful of, and the outcome. Here you got this Nine of Cups energy. The overall energy right now before we get started, 6:55 on the clock. Jupiter in Pisces usually grants you your secret ambition. You attract fortune because of popularity and your easy ability to be loved. The best times of the year are during the sun in Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You don't have to have these placements as far as the sun, moon, and rising, but everybody does embody this. But just know that we are approaching that era Scorpio season. But don't go into Scorpio season doing something that has to do with the past that you have already evolved from or continuing to, especially if you're continuing to, because now I'm seeing a phoenix rise through the ashes. It's a little dark. It's a little, you know what I'm saying, smoky. But keep rising. All right? Keep rising. Let's see. What's the current energy? Show me the current. Shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Head honcho himself, the Emperor. The current situation is the Emperor with the sun at the bottom of the deck. I mean, we should just stop the reading then for real. That's why you have, you know what I'm saying? This newfound inspiration to build a solid foundation. You're going to see a lot of success in doing that, okay? Because that's another 4, so 44. So you definitely have, you know what I'm saying? You got something around you here, collective. There's something or someone around you really assisting you for 44 to show up here. Some of you, this is a legit Aries, but mind you, 419 is the 4 of Wands again. Okay. The current energy is the divine masculine, authority, power, a natural leader structure, strategic and analytical thinking, taking action, and promotion. The Emperor's message is one of ambitions met and success found. And what was that Jupiter and Pisces card telling you? That Jupiter and Pisces usually grants you your secret ambition. Oh, especially if you're a Cancer rising, because Jupiter is definitely in your 12th house right now. Cancer sun or rising. Jupiter will be in the 12th house energy. As a Cancer sun, if you're looking at your Cancer sun, you would see Jupiter in the 12th. As a Cancer rising, it would be in the 12th. That's what I mean. So, often, the divine masculine or the Emperor card is the card of divine masculine that brings forth a desire to build a better world. So you had to go through the complete opposite of, well, having that desire, but not being able to fulfill it. Because once again, Aquarius 3 degrees energy also speaks to, no, not Aquarius 3 degrees, Pisces 13, which is where Saturn is. That's Pisces there again. Okay. And 13 is Mars energy, connect to Aries. Okay. All right. Makes sense. So you have been in situations where you could see what you could do better to help it to evolve, but unable to do so. An example of that, let's say if this has to do with work. You know how to make a situation smoother or process more efficient. But because of a certain foundation that is built on, it would take a minute for your point of view to actually connect to whomever it is that is building this. Because they may not have the same point of views as you. They may see success as a complicated path where you see it more so as simplicity. Okay? So, the Emperor brings forth a desire to build a better world, one brick at a time. Use your mind as well as your heart and rise to power as you lead your own evolution. See, a lot of the heartache and loss came from wanting to help others or other situations in their evolution. But now it's time to take all that power back. This is where that forgiveness comes into play in that process, taking your power back so you can do what? Lead your own revolution, the energy of this emperor being out here. While becoming your own emperor means infinite possibilities for your success, it also means addressing any issues you harbor around authority, control, and willpower. So there you go. All right. Along with infinite possibilities of success, you have to also address or bring light to any situation you harbor around authority, control, and willpower. You may need to work with your magic within the confines of an establishment. That was the message of them three birds on that flagpole that led us to Capricorn 8 Sabian symbol. Look it up for yourself. Where it had to do with accepting reality as it is, as it says here. The full enjoyment of a happy life is hardly available to people who feel frustrated and thwarted by the strong boundaries that limit personal freedom. It is assessed only by those who have come to terms with the scope of realistic possibility and willingly accept the conditions of constraint that life on earth implies. You have to go through that phase first, so that way you can develop the receptivity and the openness of being a conduit now to cosmic communication. Levels to it, my love. Okay, because now I'm seeing the King of Swords because the Emperor is the four kings in terms of the levels or sections. And what did the angels and ancestors suggest to you? Embrace the energy of peace, but it also mentioned don't go back. Don't go back to something because there's a deep, intense emotion, but it's actually more shallow than a deep, intense emotion to you. It was in that process of your life for the transformation, not for the long haul. Okay? So, what's the challenge here? What's your challenge here? If that Three of Swords comes out in this section of the immediate past, we know what's up. It's lining up. It's lining up. Better than a barber right now. Shit, lining up better than a barber. What's the challenge? The Page of Swords. Immediately, detachment. Wow. You got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. So we got here now. There goes 47 again. What's 47? Let me look at this metaphysically because that's not going to show up more than once for no reason now. You know what I mean? 47. The Hebrew Lexicon Dictionary. 47 is mighty, valiant, of men, of angels, of animals. Okay. Let me see. Psalm 22, verse 12. Many bulls surround me, strong ones of Bashan encircle me. Many bulls surrounding you. That's crazy because yesterday, as far as that throat chakra energy, the King of Pentacles came out in reverse. And we mentioned Scorpio then. And then King of Cups shows up now, which is the opposite of Taurus or the reflection of Taurus. And now this is guiding us toward. So the fact that that's coming up here, and this represents detachment, but also you know, the beginning stages of your mental capacity. Once you detach from once you detach from a particular value, a sacred value, because those sacred values is what's causing you to make decisions. Okay, those sacred values is literally what causes one to make decisions. Let me close these blinds up. Okay. Turn this light on. Dark. Okay. So the Page of Swords is a challenge here having to do with restless energy. There's a thirst for information and learning new things, but there's also this energy as a challenge. It comes through as gossip, nervous energy, being all talk and no action, and dishonesty. See, who is this? First of all, let's see who this is. Who is this? Let me go to the astrology cards. We're going to get straight to it. Who is this challenge energy with the Page of Swords? As I'm feeling that Three of Swords with the Stand Your Ground card, the Heartache and Loss and Stand Your Ground is coming through very strongly now. Here. Who is this? Oh, okay. Someone that is a fixed sign, because this card almost popped in a way that it wasn't flexible. So it's someone that's fixed. This could be, there you go again, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, or those areas of your life. We have Vesta. Wow. Okay. Anything that goes against your sacred spiritual center, anything or anyone that has been going against your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. Vesta. Let's see here. First house. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, what people see and the impression you give. The Goddess within. The challenge with, okay, the Page of Swords being clarified by Vesta. The Goddess within. Your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. There's a sacred flame energy is coming from this as well. The Goddess within. If you have free reign to follow your inner soul, you're going to see, you're going to see what it is that you have to detach from. Let's see. Okay. Something you don't want to see. You don't want to see it because you don't want to accept it, but you have to. That's not for all. Because some are accepting exactly what that is, as far as what they may have not wanted to see. It was just 7:07 on the clock. And again, when that heartache and loss came through, right after foundations and achievements, bringing up that 7 energy, see, obviously, the energy is definitely coming through as far as, you know, starting from you being a child, where you were supposed to be directed. It seems as though you experienced the complete opposite of what you came here to do. And there's a reason why that statement came up earlier, as far as, okay, now we're speaking to the part of you that signed the contract. You knew it was a risk for you to come into this realm to fulfill this with this type of energy or this particular family. In the conversation between you and them, that was the conversation between you and them before y'all came here. And they would tell you, no, we're all gonna support each other. We're all gonna get this done. We're gonna remember, but you're the only one that fucking remember what the entire journey was going to be here. So when it came to building your solid foundation and really achieving success in the past, you experienced a lot of heartache and loss, but now you're standing your ground and realizing that if we're now talking to a higher cosmic version of yourself, beyond that conversation with the family that you have now, if this is family or significant, whomever this is that this is resonating with, as far as this partnership. Because it could be one person. It seems as though there was supposed to be you and somebody else as you grew up to really overcome whatever had to be overcome so the bloodline will be okay. Will be more than okay. But now you're the only one that's doing what you're doing. Because it's showing me as far as if it's a group of people in one realm above here, the realm above earth, it's you and your family understanding the journey that you will have here on earth. Then another level, it's you and a cousin or sibling knowing that, okay, if we're here with all of them, obviously all of them are not going to remember the journey that we had when we get here. But then there's also you in another level where it's just you by yourself. So it's coming through, because everything is in layers or stages. So it's the best way I can explain is I'm doing what I can right now. But it's 7:11 on the clock. Even the stages of the creation of a child into an embryo. You remember each and every one of those stages the same way you may even remember the different stages you have in different realms before coming through a different dimension. Okay. Show me this. What's the challenge here? Mercury. How you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Your challenge is detaching from anything that goes against your sacred spiritual center in connection to the way you really think, communicate, write, talk, and travel, the way you move about. And we have here 5th house. A lot of issues here with partnerships, or the way you've seen people have relationships with another person. Okay, let me put this to the side here. Okay. Can I have one more? Oh, wow. Definitely. See? There you go. 10 of Cups in reverse at that. A lack of divine connections. That definitely makes sense with yesterday's. See, as we're talking about the different, look at, yeah, source is saying, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. The star with the sun. Man, I'm telling you, this is what this is. The challenge is realizing that you're the one that remember as much as you remember, but you have to move forward. You continue to go through these lessons of heartache and loss with wanting to help others around you, or different worlds, these different worlds or others around you to evolve, but they'll only change when you do. You got to step into your power. It's you. What's at the basis of this? Oh, wow. The King of Wands. I'm going to take them as they come out, because they speaking for themselves. That's Leo energy, Aquarius in reverse. Now, the foundation of this is, okay, yeah, that's speaking to, because this rune on this torch speaks to an opening. So at the basis of this, the foundation, it's speaking to a closed or a blockage, especially when it comes to creativity, because of the lack of divine connections or loving connections around a person. So this is something, okay, you may have been having challenges here with releasing that. Okay, I see what's happening. I see what's happening, but you're on your path of victory and success right now, okay? Let's see. Why King of Wands in reverse? Okay. Why King of Wands in reverse? Indecision. Two of Pentacles. With the Five of Swords, a lot of competitive communication around you, or not enough productive communication around you here. With the Two of Pentacles, this is why something you may have felt has taken longer, but this is Jupiter in Capricorn though. And Jupiter in Capricorn, and the strong materialistic sign of Capricorn, Jupiter's power is expressed through ambition. So this is why that Three of Pentacles, recognition and reward, was in the energy of what is actually happening in your environment, which is represented by Mars in Capricorn, which speaks to that ambition, that drive force, you know, staying on top of things so that way you can bring forth that level of success. Now, Jupiter in Capricorn does bring forth high position in life through hard work and fierce willpower. But the King of Wands, representing that Leo lion energy in reverse, the foundation as to why, you know, your challenge is detaching. Your challenge is detaching from these draining, life-sucking energies that you thought were of love or happiness. It's a challenge because of the lack of willpower to recognize and trust the path that you're on, even if that meant unknown, when it came to developing success or starting a certain career or breaking away from a certain tradition. All right. It also mentions with Jupiter in Capricorn, Jupiter has the influence of proprietors for enterprises that involve earth in some way, mining, construction, land development, real estate, and the oil industry. So definitely something here, very strong freelancing type of vibes, which will require you to have, you know, support from those around you. Because it seems as though there's something here you wanted to do, and people around you, it'll be easy for you to collaborate with them, but there was too much competition that they always had something better to do. But if y'all actually work together, everybody would be moving in a more successful manner than doing it on their own. With this Two of Pentacles energy, you do have a knack or an instinct for business, especially when it comes to trades and handling finances conservatively. But there's something here about a lack of confidence. You're seeing this now, though. It's clear to you. You've been seeing this. This is why you're in your power at this time with the Emperor card. You're following your heart. I mean, you're going to have to. Shit. The way Pluto and Capricorn moving, you're going to have to. What's in the immediate past? When it comes to success, you achieve it gradually, but over the long term, you tend to reach the top because you are disciplined. So your success required a lot of discipline. And it could have led to people, you know, feeling as though because something is taking too long for you, it'll never happen. And there you go with this King of Cups energy in the immediate past. And then the Tower with the Storm. That's literally the way the cards came out earlier, with the embrace the energy of peace and asking what direction not to go in, because the broken arrows, it didn't have any direction because the arrows were broken. And it was clarified by the King of Cups, which is now coming out in your recent past, which is showing me that this is the influence to all of this. The influence message had to do with the heartache and loss and standing your ground, especially when it comes to a situation that has already ended. It ended abruptly, even. So instead of looking at that moment or the situation from a higher point of view, some of you could still be feeling the hurt from that. But the trust in the unknown, Father Sky, also came through with the eagle. And what does the eagle do? It literally flies up through and above the storm. So you were given many of situations to see your power, to go through the transformation, the eagle, which is also representation of Scorpio. But what's holding you back here? Obviously, a connection that you know is not divinely connected to you. Or this could be an energy around you of someone you love dearly who's constantly in a situation that you know no longer serves them, which will be the perfect example of where Saturn in Pisces is right now at 13 degrees, speaking up on, sentence to the void and not being able to really help the world evolve. Because that's a course you have to avoid. It's the course or the path you're not supposed to be taking. Ten of Wands energy, there's the burden you're not supposed to be carrying. Yes, you have all the tools and elixirs and everything to, to get somebody out of the situation. But a person's not going to get out of a situation they don't want to get out of. It's tough to see. Some of you possibly grew up with a parent that way, or parents that moved that way, or a sibling or a cousin, or that's you. Whomever it is, doesn't matter right now. The key is, what is really love? Have you really experienced that without being dishonored or disrespected, so much so that you feel as though that love is, being able to work through those situations of being dishonored and disrespected? Because that's really the patriarch system of quote unquote love. That's heavy like. Because how do situations get settled? Through fights, through wars. As far as their system. And it has bled into the collective. Psychologically thinking, okay, if this situation happens, because everybody has a choice as to the way they treat and handle somebody. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. 7:22 on the clock. Everybody has a choice as to the way they respond and handle somebody. Okay? Look at that shit. You can't make this up. Under the tower, what you got? The Ten of Wands. Constantly going in and out of this situation. A lot of sorries, but nothing's changing. Yo. All right, let's go. Let's go. What's crowning this energy? I love to see it. Let's go. Let's go. The Sun card. The best card in the deck. And I appreciate love any of you who are in here right now. And this shit is resonating to the point where you about to make a change in your life. Because one thing, if we're speaking on human design, I'm a 4/6 profile projector. I say a lot of things that I can see through to make your life better. If you don't want to make your life better, this ain't the channel for you. Respectfully, love, for real. If you want to get to the other side of whatever obstacles and challenges you're experiencing, then let's do this. Because obviously what this energy is showing me, that at the forefront of your mind, you're clear, okay, about whatever situations you may have that were hidden when it came to authority, power, willpower. Specifically that willpower to see the situations that you should be in and the ones that you shouldn't be. Look at this. 5 of Cups. Yeah. Shining the light on this sorrow, pains, and regrets. Bringing light to it so it can go through that process of purification. This is fire energy. Let it go through that process of purification. Yes. What's the advice? What's the advice for the collective source? What you got here? Upright. Hangman. Ooh. Powerful. Pisces. The hangman. You saw how it landed right on top of here now. And this is a Pisces card. Mars in Pisces, as a matter of fact. And then look at that. The hangman with the surrender card. What was the surrender message? Surrender to your full power. Surrender negativity. And surrender unhealthy relationships. You see her putting her hands up. Say, I'm going to let this go. And I'm going to recalibrate. That's 33 energy right there as well. I'm going to let this go and I'm going to recalibrate, because that's exactly what the message, the advice is. What's this showing up here? 7 of Pentacles. After you've done the assessment in connection to source, the Most High, whoever it is that you, whatever it is that you yield to, that you consider a higher power, to look through these situations and see, are these situations growing or are they not? And if they're not, then why are you there? Don't even answer that. There shouldn't even be an answer to it other than I'm out. Because there's nothing for you to do there. Respectfully so. That process, that part of the process is over. It's time to take that out the oven, honey. Which is also a number 3. Which speaks to Jupiter. And what is Jupiter's energy? Growth, integration in society and life path. You've grown from this already. Now it's time to integrate, utilize what you've learned, so that way you can step into expansion. The advice is surrender to will. Literally, the hangman speaks to surrendering to the will of the cosmos. What was the first question? If you had free reign to follow your inner soul, what would you do? And I'm loving the way this message is coming out, because it's doing what it got to do. Especially with tearing up the foundation over here of anything that made you feel as though that you can't tap into your willpower or be that fierce person that you know you are to be, because that fierceness comes from your heart. So when you don't allow that fierceness to roll, you just unaliving yourself slowly. And for what? To appease somebody else who don't give a fuck about themselves? Oh no, not anymore. You're not. Source advice to you is take an intentional pause to reflect so you can let go, or to reflect on what it is you are letting go so you can embrace the new. What was the angels and ancestors' message in regards to that heartache and loss? And stand your ground. The broken arrow. What did it say? Embrace the energy of peace. And here you got source again letting you know. Surrender to the will of the cosmos. Take an intentional pause to reflect on what it is that you are letting go so you can embrace the new, which is actually the missing piece, or what's going to bring you peace. Realigning with your heart and purpose. It's time. That's also the Empress energy. It also connects to the heart too. New wisdom found, spiritual teachings, and enlightenment. Flow with it. Because divine wisdom is spilling forth in moments of deep flow. The hangman right now is offering you the chance to look at something from a completely different perspective. That is the inner soul. Now, in the previous spread, right, what's actually happening in your environment was recognition and reward. Now we're going to look into, what is in your environment now. But recognition and reward is a reward for a job well done. It's a time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. Because there is a family or group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. You may have not had that in the past, and it's obvious here. The challenge is letting go of those energies because it was just part of your lesson. That's all. It's just part of the lesson. Okay? Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements. Past achievements is overcoming whatever you felt in the past wasn't. Emotionally overcoming that. But that recognition and reward is also a reminder collected to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. That's also another message you would receive, you know what I'm saying, from your inner soul to remind you, take care of your physical body. I am an athlete and been an athlete all my life. Which truly influences the way I tap in with Source. Because of what I was able to withstand physically through sports, it really coincides with, it goes directly with the way the messages flow and what is allowed to come through, or what I'm able to be open and receptive to. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, make sure y'all getting your stretches in, getting your workouts in. You know, fitness and lifting is not just, it's, yeah, the results that come with it as far as your body looking amazing. You want to talk about tuning into the cosmic communication? Oh, you really gonna be communicating then, because the vessel, it has a solid foundation. The muscles and the tendons and the blood is pumping in the way where now this information comes in and it's on some, yo, this shit here, let's put some more information into this. You feel me? All right, y'all. What's in the environment here? What's in the environment? It's the Five of Wands. Now, the way it landed in my hand, it's in my hand this way. If I'm looking at the card, it's upright. But I got a real good grip on it, though. A real good grip on it. 733. Okay, so it's in reverse. What's in your environment is the fact that you have overcome these lessons. The emotions may be coming up, but the physical challenges or restrictions or blockages that had to do with creativity, because this is Leo, and then you also have Leo here. Yeah, okay. But you got the banger at the forefront of your mind, assisting you, bringing light to all of this. So, okay, I see. You're seeing now. What's in the environment is the Five of Wands in reverse, okay? Which tends to speak about competition around you. This is why, you know what? Some of you really have to say thank you to people who have rejected you, who you felt as though you could, you know, work with or collaborate with, because there is some hidden feelings that they may have as far as, nah, because you're going to come over here and take over my shit instead of actually collaborating. They missed the whole point as far as collaborate. They thought it was a competition. Whomever it may be. You know what I'm saying? This could even, examples of this come up all the time in family dynamics. where you may do something and the people who actually support you are people who don't know you. You may have a few family members, you know what I'm saying, that support what you got going on. But when you were doing things that had nothing to do with your purpose, those are the ones I'm talking about. They was all there. But now you switch this shit around and you really in alignment to your purpose. They nowhere to be found. Just crickets chirping. Nowhere to be found. That's okay though. That's okay. Again, they play their part. Now, it literally describes this Five of Wands in reverse, an opportunity to collaborate. But was that opportunity taken? Because it also continues on to say, in group fighting or arguments, being overly competitive, not following the rules, a tendency to avoid conflict to one's detriment. This could even be, this is a prime example. As far as the recognition and reward that you're getting now has to do with people that you can have discussions with or converse with, as far as, the mutual plans or common goals you may all have. Because you stood your ground. This is why where you are at now is having, the foundations and achievements and being recognized and rewarded. Because what used to be there, what's the challenge that you have here is connected to this. Definitely connected to this. If something that has ended, because I'm seeing this as Scorpio energy, an end, you have allowed yourself to surrender so much so that where was it? Oh yeah. What was at the bottom of the deck was the matching pair to this King of Cups was the Queen of Cups. You saw her hands were up, 737. That's 707, 727, 737 are very significant here. 622 and 722 also came through on the reading. But yeah, y'all. You got here at the bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. So this is what this is speaking to. Don't go back to the past. Don't go in that direction. Don't go back into the direction of partnerships and situations that were broken. Let me tell you something. If you have, if your top three, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars included too, although that would be top three. But if you have cardinal signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, especially North Node, I'm getting now, in a cardinal sign, oh, you're really feeling the effects of this Pluto and Capricorn energy, especially when it comes to certain structures certain structures as it relates to the foundations of certain partnerships or people you're connecting with, or things that you get going, things that you start or initiate, really doing away with outdated beliefs or systems or ways of doing things as it relates to the way you initiate a process or the way you start on a goal. Because that's the cardinal energy. So I'm speaking to Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. And especially if you have those placements at a later degree from, let's say, 20 to 29. And if you have fixed signs at early degrees, because it'll kind of influence that energy just a bit, because the fixed signs are coming right up after it. See, that's what this energy is speaking to too. When it comes to situations that have ended, because Scorpio is a fixed sign, but it's also a house of endings. Water signs are houses of endings, but the only house energy of endings is Scorpio, which is speaking to deep, intense emotions or the sharing of resources. So doing away with, who it is that you're sharing your abundance and achievements or your resources with, because you're no longer the person you used to be. From a subconscious and psychological level on some real shit. So a lot's going to change. What's with this coming out in your environment here with the Five of Wands? What this is also saying is that people in your environment are noticing that, oh, that you see the truth. You see their true spirit. Because you know yourself. And they may take themselves out of the picture because they no longer fit on that canvas. They don't go with the canvas. They don't go with that artwork. So early degrees of absolutely, yes, it would change for the better for all involved on some real, even if in the beginning it may not seem that way for those in your environment, but they'll also go through their change too. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Yes. Yep. Yep. So even the early degrees of fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, will also feel the energies of these shifts, with Pluto and Capricorn. Okay. So now, what to be mindful of because of it being a hope and or fear. Hope and fear. What to be mindful of here. Okay. What to be mindful of. Wow. The Moon card in reverse. These bells are close together. That's why I keep ringing. Oh gosh. Pisces, Knight of Cups. With the Moon card in the reverse in the hopes and fears position. Now the Moon upright speaks to hidden truths, the unknown, trusting your intuition, facing your fears. Dreams, perception, mystery. But in the reverse, what you have to be mindful of is the fear. It's literally fear that blocks you, or false evidence appearing real. I'm also getting where it's important to let go of the way others perceive you, especially in these situations, because obviously there's something about these connections that are, going their separate ways, are of people that are extremely close to you, or at least once were, or something about, someone who you used to be close with, used to share a whole bunch of information with them about yourself personally. Let go of that fear that you have about them disclosing any type of information, because that's on them and their karma. Tune more into the frequency of the universal laws, and you'll see how much less you'll worry, to the point now this person will start to get the message on some, even if they decided to move a finger or move a thought to speak on you in a way that it goes against you, they won't be able to. Especially when you are somebody that is rising in your vibration to love. Because that's also the other thing about Pluto shifting into Aquarius, is that the people will have their power back. A lot of the major lessons were being learned through the phase of Pluto and Capricorn since 2008. A lot came to the surface. Whether it had to do with politics, in any shape or form of business, or whatever the case may be, family, people that you consider companions or friends or whatever, a lot of shit came up. So that way you can see what it is that you have to, release yourself from, bring an ending to, so you can connect deeper to your knowing. Okay? This also represents an inability to process a spiritual or mystical experience. Let me see what's going on here. Surrender. If that's the case, if you've been having, slight issues with deciphering a message from your dreams, 7:44 on the clock, look at the numbers. Surrender your ego is one of the first things here you would want to do. And that's making a lot of sense here because the sun also connects to the ego now. It could be the soul, but it can also speak of the ego. The beginning and an end, 19. The beginning and an end. Because of that power, the beginning and the end. It can be expressed or perceived from a low or high vibration. What's the message of surrender here? Okay. We have 3 cards, which is going back to the advice of surrender. Surrender to inner peace, to success, and surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. The moon card in reverse also reflects anxiety, which is a high focus on the future. And depression would be a high focus of the past. Okay? Which would be an example of an overuse of foresight where someone can see something but doesn't allow the process to unfold. Because I'm seeing an energy here where once you let go of these once you let go, somebody is definitely still connected to someone sexually that's blocking their perception of a mystical experience or a lesson. Their spirit doesn't align with yours anymore. Yeah. Okay. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. Because again, 7:47 on the clock. Because again, the message I was getting earlier is that the spirit is becoming physical. So there is a merge, there is a union happening. Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Come through, source, with the clarity. And then surrender to inner peace or that inner soul. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your great vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. This is when you are being recognized and rewarded by those who have a common goal. When you surrender to inner peace so others can feel that amazing vibes. Because there's something here about surrendering more to worry. And now what do you see more in your life? More worry. Again, you have the choice to change your reality by your thoughts and your feelings, my love. Okay? Let's get the outcome of this message. What is the outcome here? It went up right at that. The 2 of Wands. Wow. The 2 of Wands. Did that come out? Ooh. So, with the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's speaking to this challenge. Noticing what it is that you have to do and finally taking action. Well, that's what I would suggest. But, you know, everybody has a choice here. Overall, it does speak to planning your future and making progress, activation, possibilities, the choice between your comfort zone and a new adventure. This is why Source gave you this advice of the Hangman, to reflect on what it is that you are letting go so you can take this new adventure. because the outcome is you need to make a choice to really do that thing you want to do or not. You can dream it and envision it, or you can begin to live it. Okay? You can dream it and envision it, or you can begin to live it. Get out of your head, or get these situations out of your head. Okay? And begin to live what it is that you've been envisioning as your dream. Because you could do this. You could do this. Okay? Planning and imagining can have you feeling as though can have you feeling as the observer of your dream, and your action is the only way to bring that dream to life. What is the action you suggest the collective to take? What's this? Shit. I mean, hello. Confirming why the Empress was mentioned twice in the very beginning, Kings of Kings. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Give birth to that thing. Begin to live it. Begin to live this new phase. It's time to go, baby. It's time to go with the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. It's time. The Empress. The Empress. While the current situation is the Emperor. Emotional intelligence is going to be key here to surrender, because the King and Queen of Cups did show up. So whatever, communication or connections you have to people that lack that emotional intelligence, that's what it's time to, that's where the time has come to sever these connections, okay? Because the Empress is the divine feminine, prolific. You hear me? Prolific. Creativity, fertility, motherhood, unity, the goddess. Didn't she show up as the challenge? The energy of it, the goddess within. Anything that goes against you taking that path, moving in that direction. It's okay if people don't agree with you and support you. Just don't stay there around them if you know that's what's up. If that's the way they're gonna move. Move in another direction. Okay? Because some of you are highly empathetic. You can feel the root as to why people move that way with you. That's another thing to be clear about as to why this is coming through here, why you're being asked to sever these connections that no longer serve the way you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. The way you want to move, express yourself. If it's not in connection to that and there's no growth, you're being asked to remove yourself, because you can feel the root as to why they move that way. Now, if you can feel that, you'll then begin to process a thought about it. And now you'll begin to bring in similar situations into your reality. And this will continue to happen over and over and over again until you do something about it. Remove yourself from the situation. That's all. Feel me? So with that, my loves, I conclude your message. That was a vibe. A whole entire vibe. Yes, it was. Infinite blessings and love to all. Shout out once again to the members. I love you all, and I'll see y'all on the next message. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up energy button to get it out to your fellow high vibe tribe. All right? Love. Mwah. Ciao.